Hi, my name is Jennifer Stansel, and today I'm going to be going through an anesthesia machine and all the parts and how we work it. So this right here is our anesthesia machine in the back area of our clinic that we normally use for dentals. So starting off, we always want to make sure that we've got our system hooked up to an oxygen tank. So this machine has an E-tank, and it also has, we also have H-tanks outside. The H-tanks, the first thing we want to check and make sure is that the gauge on the oxygen tank reads at full, so the 2200 psi, and not less than 500. That means our tank needs to be replaced. So in this case, we're going to go ahead and connect ourselves to an oxygen line. So I'm going to go ahead and connect to my H-tank outside. I don't want to really use up any of my oxygen right now for our emergency tank. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go make sure that my tank outside is on. So, starting with our machine, we're going to have oxygen entering from the oxygen tank, which in this case right now is coming from our outside H-tank. Our next few steps from there are the pressure reduction valve and the line pressure gauge. These are hidden back here. Line pressure valve and the gauge. Then the next thing we're going to go through is our flow meter. So this, at least you can see with this machine, the outside line connects straight into the flow meter. So, seeing that ball move up and down, we know that there is either oxygen in the line or oxygen coming from a tank. After it goes to the flow meter, we have the ability to use it in our oxygen flush valve. So, by pressing that, we have oxygen coming out over here. And go through our vaporizer. On this machine we have an isoflurane vaporizer. So if we are using a rebreathing system, which is what we have set up right now on our machine, we're going to be having oxygen coming in through our fresh gas inlet. On this machine right here, it's actually connected to this tube, and then the connection piece is right there. After that, it's going to go up into an inhalation valve. So we've got a couple of these. There's this is our first inhalation valve. Again, breathing circuit, and then it's going to go up into our exhalation valve. This is where you'll also find your pop-off valve, which is right here. And from there, we also have where our rebreathing bag would go. So right here, I have a 3-liter, which I can place on my machine. Trying to make sure that I don't grab the loose part of the bag. I don't want to cause any tears. So this is our rebreathing reservoir bag, and from here you can also see our manometer. This is where we would check the pressure that is in the bag and therefore in the dog or cat's lungs. After our manometer, we can see that we go into the CO2 absorber. What this big white piece is. And after that, our scavenging system is actually a charcoal canister that hides right around back. As you can see, this is our tube. Goes down to the very bottom of the machine. As far as the flow of our machine, we start with the gas coming in and coming through our fresh gas inlet right here as it comes through the line into our machine. Into the fresh gas inlet right here. From there, it's going to come through our inhalation valve. It's going to go through the line into the patient back out through into our exhalation valve. It goes through the exhalation valve. It'll go into our reservoir bag, which will fill up, come back through. Any extra gas or pressure that is building up will exit through our pop-off valve. Exit through our pop-off valve. After that, it will go through into our CO2 canister, clearing that out, and then pushing it back through into the breathing circuit again. So I know I missed this earlier in the video. As far as our breathing circuit, it can be connected through the patient through a breathing mask, oxygen gas mask, or through an actual endotrach tube itself. To check for a leak in this system, the first thing we're going to do, we're going to remove our mask, and we are going to close off our pop-off valve. So we go righty tighty till it's closed. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to occlude my breathing circuit, so my white piece. And then after that, I'm going to fill up this bag. One indicator, I want to fill it up until there aren't any more creases in this bag. So one indicator of a leak is if you can see this bag going down. Another indicator is if your manometer up here is not reading over 40. With this test that I'm doing right now, I am actually not getting a reading over 40, so I am concerned that there may be a leak in my system. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and turn the system on to point 2. And then I am going to count to 10 and see if any of this changes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If I were to see this go down or this lessen anymore, it's not over 40, but it's sitting at 20 and not going past that, not going under that, I would be concerned that there's a leak. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to set up our rebreather. As far as the machine goes, a lot of the things we're still going to be using, so we're going to still be using the oxygen tank, we're still going to be using the flow meter, we're going to be using the pop-off valve, breathing tubes, a bag, the fresh gas inlet. So that being said, that's where we have to keep in mind where we want to set up. We're going to be using our scavenging system as well. The 3 things that our non-rebreather is going to bypass is going to be 1, our oxygen flush valve, because we are not going to be using this reservoir bag. And it's also going to be bypassing our inhalation and exhalation valves. To do this, we're going to take it and we're going to set it up by connecting it to our fresh gas inlet. So on this machine, you can see it coming out of the back of our vaporizer. So we will connect it right there. This line connects to my rebreather. And then the next step we're going to do after that is we're going to make sure we attach our exit tube for waste gases down into our charcoal canister. So we can take off the one that's currently connected and reconnect this. From there, our oxygen is coming in to the system, coming through our flow meter, going into our vaporizer, and then coming into our rebreathing system. So with the rebreather, it just has one tube. This part is going to connect to the patient, whether through the mask or the endotrach tube. The patient will breathe in and out using the reservoir bag, and then once it discharges, it's going to go ahead and go into our charcoal canister. So thank you for watching.